Good day, class. Today we are going to talk about a very familiar topic, marriage. Whether you have attended a wedding in your village or watched a royal wedding on TV, you have seen marriage play out in one form or another. But what exactly is marriage and how does it vary across cultures, especially here in Nigeria and across Africa? Let's dive in. Marriage is one of the oldest and most important social institutions. It's not just about love and celebration, it's a structured social contract that determines who can live together, who has social right over who is responsible for the children, how wealth and family names are passed down. Let's take a Nigerian example. In many Igbo communities, before a marriage is recognized, bride price must be paid, elders consulted, and certain rites observed. Once these are done, the community officially recognizes the union. It's no longer just between the two people, it's between two families. In some other African society, like among the Zulus of South Africa, lobola is also used to solidify a marriage agreement. My name is Adefemi and I am lecturing you on marriage, and this is lecture 3, unit 3, marriage. At the end of this unit, you should be able to describe what is actually meant by marriage and describe the types of marriage. So class, what is marriage? Marriage is a socially and legally recognized union between two people, traditionally a man and a woman, which establishes rights and duties between them, and often their families and children. But we are not just talking about romance and wedding. Marriage is a way of organizing society. It defines who belongs to which family, who has responsibility for children, who inherit land or wealth, who is responsible for the mother and the children. Think of it as society's way of keeping order, especially when children are involved. In many traditional societies, a child born outside marriage may not have full inheritance right or may not be recognized by the father's family unless a marriage exists. Contemporary Nigerian example, in Yoruba culture, if a woman gives birth outside of marriage, the child may belong to the woman's family until the father completes traditional rites of marriage. This shows how marriage affects identity and belongings. Now let's go deeper into the types of marriage we see in different societies. There are two major types of marriage by number. Monogamy. This is where one man marries one woman at a time. This is the most common form of marriage worldwide, and it's legally recognized in all countries, including Nigeria. An example, a Christian couple in Enugu getting married in a church ceremony with one man, one woman is practicing monogamy. Even in Islamic and traditional setting, monogamy is permitted. and some prefer it because it's simpler to manage emotionally and economically. Number two, polygamy. This is when a person marries more than one spouse. There are two types: polygyny. Polygyny. This is the most common type of polygamy, where one man marries multiple women. Example from Nigeria. Many traditional rulers like Obas and Emirs may have several wives. A wealthy man in Kano may marry four wives, following Islamic law which allow up to four. This is polygyny. Sometimes this is done to show wealth and status, and to ensure more children, especially sons, to strengthen families' alien alliances, and in the olden days it is done so that the father can have more children to cultivate his farmland. But it can also cause conflict, jealousy, and family rivalry, as seen in many Nigerian movies. Secondly, we have polyandry. Polyandry. This is rare and means one woman marries multiple men. It is mainly found in Tibet, Nepal, and some Himalayan culture. In Africa, polyandry is almost not in existence because cultural and religious and economic factor discourages it. Then number three, we have group marriage. This is rare as well. This is when several men and women are all married to each other in one family unit. It's mostly theoretical and extremely rare, seen in some experimental communities or Asian tribal culture. So, deeper sociological insight into the type of marriage. You may wonder, why do some culture prefer polygamy and others monogamy? Let's explore economic reason. In agrarian society, more wives, more children, more hands to work on the farm. Social status. In some cultures, marrying many wives is a sign of wealth and power. Demographic imbalance. After wars or migration, some society have more women than men, leading to polygamy. Example, after World War II, many European countries saw a shortage of men, but rather than polygamy, women joined the workforce. In contrast, in northern Nigeria, polygamy remained popular, especially among Muslims, not because of gender imbalance, but religious tradition and cultural acceptance. So, in conclusion, let me remind you, marriage is not just a romantic bond, it's a social contract, shaping family structure, inheritance, sexual rights, and childbearing. In Nigeria, marriage is often a family affair. Parents, elders, uncles, and even community leaders are involved. The bride price is symbolic and a way to show respect to the bride's family. However, marriage is changing too. In cities like Lagos and Abuja, more couples now choose to cohabit before marriage or delay marriage altogether to focus on career. In some countries, same-sex marriage is being debated and legalized, but not in Nigeria, where it's still culturally and legally rejected. In summary, let's recap what we have learned today. Marriage is a social institution that defines relationship, inheritance, and obligation. 2. The two main types are monogamy and polygamy. And polygamy has two: polygyny and polyandry. 3. Group marriage is extremely rare. Number 4. Cultural, economic, and religious factors influence marriage practices. And finally, in Nigeria, both traditional and modern forms of marriage are practiced. Class interaction. Let's discuss this, student. How has the idea of marriage changed in your community in the past 20 years? Number 2, do you think polygamy has advantages or disadvantages in today's society? Is marriage becoming less important to young people? And give why? You can send your comment on the comment section. Thank you, class.